Right now, major retailers are quietly adding brand new holiday fees to their checkout process. And here's the problem. Most people have no idea these charges already went into effect. As Christmas shopping ramps up over the next few weeks, these fees are going to catch thousands of families completely off guard. I'm talking about charges at stores you trust, stores you've shopped at for years, that suddenly have new costs nobody warned you about. Today, I'm walking you through exactly what's changed and which major retailers are involved. I dug through all the policy updates, the buried fine print, and the customer complaints so you don't have to waste your time doing it. And in just a minute, I'll give you the specific strategies to dodge these fees completely and protect your holiday budget. So stick with me, because we need to break this down before these surprise charges start hitting your bank account. All right, so here's what's going on. Stores across the country have been quietly updating their policies ahead of the holidays, and when I say quietly, I mean it. These changes aren't announced loudly on the front page of their website. They're buried in long return or service policy sections that most people never read. But shoppers have started noticing little things: a shorter return window here, a new charge there, or a different message when they try to start a return online. And because the holidays are when people buy more than usual, any shift in store policies has a much bigger impact this time of year. Think about it. This is the season when people buy multiple sizes, try things on at home, exchange gifts, or realize something doesn't work only after all the wrapping paper has been thrown away. This is exactly why even a small change in store policy can snowball into bigger holiday costs. And here's what makes it worse. Online return rates have exploded. Roughly 1 out of every 5 items bought online get sent back, and some analysts say it's closer to 30%. So during the holidays, when people order more and take more chances on sizing, colors, and gifts, the odds of running into these fees go way up. Now that we know stores are tightening their policies, it's important to understand what these new holiday fees actually mean. These fees show up when you try to return something, especially if you're planning to mail it back, charges that simply weren't there a few years ago. And here's the part that catches people off guard. You order something, it arrives, it doesn't fit, doesn't look like it did online, and the moment you start the return process, the store adds a charge to cover shipping and processing. These fees aren't optional, they aren't negotiable, and they can add up fast during a season when people shop more than any other time of year. Let me give you some real numbers so you can see what we're dealing with. Abercrombie is charging $7 for mail returns. American Eagle is charging $5. JCPenney is charging $8 if you use their return label. Nordstrom Rack is at $9.95. And even Macy's, a place many families rely on during Christmas shopping, now charges $9.99 for mailed returns. These changes catch people by surprise because they weren't part of the shopping experience a few years ago. And during Christmas shopping, when returns are more common than any other time of the year, these charges can take a noticeable bite out of your holiday budget. Let me be specific about who these fees hit the hardest, because it's not affecting everyone equally. Seniors on fixed incomes who are stretching every dollar and often order items online because getting to stores isn't as easy as it used to be. When you're on Social Security, a $10 return fee is real money. Single moms and dads who buy multiple sizes online because they can't take their kids to the store to try things on. You keep one item and send 2 back. That's $14 to $20 gone immediately just for trying to get the right fit. People with disabilities who depend on online shopping because leaving home requires planning, energy, and sometimes help. You shouldn't be penalized for needing items delivered. Rural families who don't have easy access to stores and rely on online shopping out of necessity, not convenience. When the nearest mall is an hour away, mailing returns is sometimes your only option. Anyone working multiple jobs who shops online because you literally don't have time to go to stores during business hours. You're doing your best, and these fees just make everything harder. If you're in any of these groups, I see you. And you deserve to know about these changes before they hit your budget. Let me give you a few real-world examples, because this is where you see just how quickly these fees add up. Imagine buying 3 sweaters for a grandchild, small, medium, and large, just to be safe. You keep one and send 2 back. At many stores, that's $14 gone immediately, just for making sure the gift fits. Or let's say you buy holiday decor online, and the color looks different in person. You send it back, and suddenly you're hit with a $9 or $10 fee. That's money you could have spent on something else. Even buying a winter coat can cause trouble if it arrives late or it doesn't fit. Returning it by mail could cost you almost $10 on top of everything else. Individually, these don't sound catastrophic. But during Christmas shopping, the small charges stack one after another. For someone buying multiple gifts, multiple sizes, or shopping online for convenience, these small fees can pile up into real money fast. And stay with me, because in just a bit, I'll show you the simple moves that keep these fees out of your holiday budget altogether. But the fees aren't the only problem. Another major change happening this season is shorter holiday return windows. Just a few years ago, many stores offered 60 or even 90 days for returns. Now, more retailers have quietly cut their windows down to 30 days, and a few start the countdown from the shipping date, not the day you actually receive the item. Some stores even require all holiday returns to be completed by early January, no matter when you bought the item. This means if you're buying gifts early or ordering something that ships later than expected, you could run out of time before you even get a chance to return it. Missing that window doesn't just mean the item is stuck with you. It can mean additional fees or losing the refund entirely. This is one of the most overlooked changes this season, and it's catching a lot of people off guard. You think you have plenty of time to deal with a return, and then suddenly the deadline is passed and you're stuck. Now let's talk about why these changes are happening in the first place, because this part surprises a lot of people. Returns are incredibly expensive for retailers. According to the National Retail Federation, returns now cost U.S. retailers almost $890 billion every single year. That's billion with a B. That includes sorting, shipping, restocking, repackaging, and dealing with damaged or open items. And online returns are the biggest problem because they take longer, cost more to process, and often arrive in a condition the store can't sell at full price. During the pandemic, stores made returns easier to encourage online shopping, but that convenience trained customers into expecting hassle-free returns forever. Many stores ended up losing money on items that were bought in multiple sizes, tried on at home, and sent back. Others dealt with fraud, fake non-delivery claims, people wearing items once for an event and then returning them, or returning items that were clearly used. Now retailers are trying to protect their bottom line without raising prices, so they're tightening policies instead. During the holiday season, those costs multiply. Returns spiked dramatically in December and early January. This is exactly why stores are adding fees now instead of waiting until later. It's the biggest return wave of the year, and companies don't want to absorb the full cost of processing it anymore. Look, I get why stores are doing this, but I also think they need to be more transparent about it. These fees shouldn't be a surprise you discover at checkout. But not every retailer is moving in the same direction, and this is important because it gives you options. While many companies have tightened their policies, 2 major retailers, Amazon and Walmart, are still offering options that can save shoppers money if they use them correctly. With Amazon, you can still choose label-free, box-free returns through places like Kohl's, Whole Foods, or certain UPS locations. As long as you select the right return option, you can avoid fees entirely. You just need to pay attention to which return method you're choosing. Walmart, on the other hand, continues to offer free in-store returns on most items and in many cases encourages people to return orders directly to their store rather than mailing things back. These 2 companies haven't escaped rising return costs, but their strategies are different because they already have massive store networks and established partnerships that help keep costs down. The takeaway here is simple. If you shop with Amazon or Walmart, returning items in person can keep your holiday budget from getting hit with charges you didn't expect. Now let's talk about the part everyone cares about most. How to work around these new fees and keep more money in your pocket this Christmas. Number 1. Return in-store whenever possible. Almost all of these fees apply only when you mail something back. In-store returns are still free at most major retailers, even if they've tightened other parts of their policy. So if you can return items in person instead of shipping them, it saves money and you often get your refund faster. Number 2. Join free loyalty programs. If you're shopping at Macy's, there's an easy workaround. Joining their free Star Rewards program waives the mail return fee entirely. It costs nothing to sign up and can save you money on every return you make. Other stores have similar programs, so it's worth checking before you buy. Number 3. Use label-free, box-free returns. If you're shopping online, especially on Amazon, make sure to choose the label-free, box-free return option whenever it's available. Dropping items off at Kohl's, Whole Foods, or UPS can help you avoid charges completely. Number 4. Check the return window before buying. A number of retailers have shortened their holiday return periods this year, and missing the deadline could cost you even more. Sometimes the difference between hitting the window and missing it is just checking the date on your receipt or order confirmation. Number 5. Keep all your receipts and order confirmations. With shorter return windows and new fees, you need proof of purchase and purchase dates now more than ever. Take photos of receipts or forward order confirmations to a separate email folder so you can find them when you need them. Number 6. Shop strategically. If you know you're going to need to return something, like buying multiple sizes, consider shopping at stores with better return policies. It might mean choosing Walmart over a boutique retailer, but it could save you $20 or $30 in return fees. Number 7. Read the return policy before clicking buy. I know it's boring and takes an extra minute, but it's worth it. Look specifically for phrases like return fee, restocking charge, or return window. If you see something that doesn't work for you, shop somewhere else. Look, I want to be honest with you. I understand why stores are doing this. Returns are expensive, and fraudulent returns are a real problem. But I also think shoppers deserve more transparency. These policy changes shouldn't be buried in fine print. They shouldn't be something you discover at the worst possible moment, right when you're trying to return a gift that didn't work out. And with all these new holiday fees popping up, let me ask you this. Do you think these charges are fair, or should stores be covering the cost of returns themselves? Because depending on how these next few months go, this might become the new normal, especially during the holidays when shopping is supposed to be the easiest time of the year. The reality is that stores are adjusting to a new landscape, and we as shoppers need to adjust too. But we can do that without getting hit with surprise fees. We just need to know what we're dealing with. All right, I really hope this video helped you understand what's happening with these new holiday fees and gave you some practical ways to avoid them. If you found this useful, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. I'm constantly researching changes to store policies, benefits programs, and anything else that affects people like us, and I want to make sure you stay informed. I also have other videos about saving money during the holidays, stretching your budget, and getting the most out of your shopping. I'll link to some of those in the description and in the cards above. And hey, if you've already been hit with one of these return fees, or if you have your own tips for avoiding them, drop a comment below. I read every single one and I love hearing from you. We're all in this together, and sharing what we know helps everyone. Take care of yourself, shop smart, and remember, you deserve to know what you're paying for before you hit that buy button. I'll see you in the next video.